There comes a point in life where you stop looking outward for answers and start looking inward for strength. You stop blaming the world, stop waiting for the perfect moment, stop expecting someone to save you. You realize that the real battle is not around you, it's within you. The battle to stay focused when life pulls you in every direction. The battle to stay grounded when the noise is deafening. The battle to grow stronger, not just physically or financially, but mentally. Because mental strength is what decides who endures and who escapes, who rises and who retreats. In a world that rewards distraction, staying centered is a superpower. In a culture obsessed with appearance, mastering your inner world is revolutionary. And that revolution begins with a simple decision to focus on yourself, not in a selfish way, but in a disciplined, intentional, powerful way. To build your mind like you would build a muscle, to become unshakable from the inside out. Because the storms will come, the setbacks, the rejection, the pain, they're not optional, but being prepared for them, that is, this isn't about ego, this isn't about isolation, this is about ownership. Owning your thoughts, owning your habits, owning your path. When you do that, you stop being a victim of life and start becoming a creator of it. Everything changes when your focus turns inward. You stop leaking energy. You stop begging for validation. You stop wasting time chasing things that were never meant for you. Instead, you build discipline, you protect your peace, you pursue purpose. And it all begins with the decision to focus fully, unapologetically on becoming the strongest version of yourself, mentally and emotionally. From that place, every other kind of strength follows. Self-discipline is the foundation of mental strength. Without it, no ambition can be sustained, no vision realized, no power maintained. It is the silent, consistent force that turns fleeting motivation into enduring will. It is the power to say no when every cell in your body screams yes. It is the ability to remain focused when distractions come cloaked as pleasure, as rest, as comfort. Discipline is not something that appears magically at the moment of decision. It is cultivated, trained, reinforced with every small victory over the self. A man who has not mastered himself is a man who will forever be mastered by circumstance. When the storms of life rise, and they will rise, the disciplined mind does not waver, it does not retreat. It stands, it observes, it adapts. It moves with calculated intention, not emotional impulse. This is not born from chance. It is born from the repetition of difficult things, done when no one is watching, when there is no reward in sight, when no applause is waiting. Discipline begins the moment you stop making excuses. It begins the moment you stop waiting for the right mood, the right time, the right feeling. Mental strength is not a gift bestowed upon the chosen few. It is available to anyone willing to suffer discomfort in the service of something greater than comfort. It is earned through early mornings, through hard choices, through showing up when it's easier to quit. If you cannot govern your own behavior, how can you possibly expect to govern anything else? Consider the power of a focused mind. A mind that has been trained, not indulged. A mind that is used to discomfort, not pampered by it. In a world where indulgence is marketed as success, the truly powerful man or woman is the one who can delay gratification, the one who can work now and wait, the one who can go through the valley before standing on the mountain, the one who can sacrifice the lesser pleasure for the greater reward. Discipline is the bridge between goals and greatness, and only the disciplined cross it. Look closely at the lives of those who have achieved anything of lasting value, not those who have inherited wealth or stumbled upon fame, but those who have built empires of thought, of vision, of purpose. You will find a common thread, the capacity to control their own urges, to direct their own energy, to say no to the immediate in favor of the ultimate. Discipline is the lens that sharpens your focus. Without it, your mind becomes scattered, your energy diffused, your actions inconsistent. When you choose discipline, you are no longer ruled by your emotions. You are not at the mercy of moods or feelings. You rise when it's time to rise, not when you feel like it. You work when work must be done, not only when inspiration strikes. You speak with intention, not from impulse. You choose your battles. You choose your words. You choose your silence. This kind of mastery is rare because it is hard, but it is the only kind of mastery that matters. Every act of self discipline is a declaration that you are in control of your own life. You become the architect of your character, the sculptor of your spirit. You are not merely reacting to the world, you are shaping it. The mind that is trained through discipline becomes a fortress. It is not shaken by criticism. It is not seduced by praise. It is not distracted by noise. It is a mind that knows its purpose and walks toward it with deliberate, relentless pace. And let us be clear, discipline does not mean perfection. It does not mean the absence of failure. It means you do not surrender to failure. It means you rise again even when it would be easier to stay down. It means you learn from mistakes rather than being defined by them. Discipline is what gives you the stamina to keep going, the strength to keep believing, the focus to keep building, even when there is no proof that your effort will succeed. But it is this very effort that transforms you. The world will test your patience, it will offer you shortcuts, it will tempt you with comfort, with ease, with instant rewards, but nothing lasting is ever built quickly, and no true power is ever found in shortcuts. Discipline is the long road, the hard road, but it is the only road that leads to real freedom, because only the disciplined are truly free, free from addiction to mood, free from the manipulation of others, free from the tyranny of weakness, free to live a life of intention, of power, of purpose. Guard your thoughts as you would your greatest treasure. Your thoughts are the seeds of your destiny. What you dwell on becomes what you believe, and what you believe shapes how you act, how you feel, and ultimately who you become. The mind, left unguarded, is like a garden with no fence. It is vulnerable to weeds, to intruders, to anything the wind may carry in. But when you become the gatekeeper of your own mind, when you monitor the thoughts you allow to grow roots, you begin to take true control of your life. Most people spend their days reacting. They hear something negative, they let it in. They see something discouraging, they absorb it. They speak to someone toxic, and they internalize their energy. Without even realizing it, their mental real estate is overrun with beliefs and patterns that are not theirs. They allow opinions, fears, and doubts of others to set up permanent camp in their minds, but the strong, the focused, the ones who rise, they are vigilant. They guard their inner world as if their life depends on it, because it does. Your mind is the command center of everything you do. Before every action, there is a thought. Before every failure, a moment of doubt. Before every breakthrough, a belief that it was possible. The quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your results. If your thoughts are filled with fear, scarcity, comparison, and defeat, no amount of action can fully compensate. Your energy will be divided, your spirit dimmed, but when your mind is rooted in strength, clarity, and purpose, even your smallest efforts carry power. There is a constant battle for your attention. Media, social platforms, advertising, conversations, all of them are planting ideas, shaping narratives, influencing how you perceive yourself and the world. Every day, you are being programmed. The question is, are you choosing the code, or is it being written for you? A powerful mind is a curated mind. It filters input. It questions what it hears. It does not accept every thought as truth. Just because a thought appears does not mean it belongs to you. You have to train yourself to notice the mental intruders. Thoughts like, I'm not good enough, I'll never make it, this is too hard. These are not truths. They are echoes of fear, residue of past conditioning. They sneak in through past wounds, failures, and even the voices of people you've long left behind, but whose opinions still haunt you. The strong mind does not resist these thoughts with fear or anger, but with awareness. It notices them, it challenges them, it replaces them. It understands that thought is not identity, it is a suggestion, and you are the one who chooses whether to accept it. Mental strength begins with mental hygiene. Just as you wouldn't go a day without brushing your teeth, you cannot afford to go a day without cleansing your mind. This means being intentional about what you consume, who you speak to, what you read, what you watch, and what you repeat to yourself. It means setting mental boundaries. It means protecting your morning, your focus, your sense of possibility. If you start the day feeding your mind with comparison, noise, or fear, you sabotage your momentum before it begins. Guarding your thoughts also means observing your self-talk. Most people speak to themselves in ways they would never speak to another human being. They insult themselves, doubt themselves, tear themselves down, often without even noticing. The way you speak to yourself becomes the way you expect others to treat you. It becomes your inner soundtrack, playing on repeat, influencing every decision, every risk, every hesitation. To grow stronger mentally, you must become your own ally, not your own enemy. Even silence can be dangerous when it is filled with unconscious thoughts. Just because you are quiet does not mean your mind is. It may be replaying failures, anticipating problems, rehearsing worst-case scenarios. The strong mind uses silence to observe, to redirect, to reprogram. It turns quiet moments into opportunities for strengthening belief, for envisioning success, for reinforcing inner peace. The world outside will always be loud, but you decide whether the world inside is chaotic or calm. There will always be people who doubt you, criticize you, misunderstand you. That is not your concern. Your concern is what you allow yourself to believe. When you learn to guard your thoughts, their words lose power. Their opinions pass through you like wind through an open window. You begin to understand that other people's judgments are more about them than about you. The mental stronghold you build becomes your shelter, your sanctuary. No storm can shake you when your foundation is made of conscious thought and unwavering inner truth. Every time you choose a strong thought over a weak one, you build your strength. Every time you reject a lie and replace it with truth, you sharpen your clarity. The mind becomes a weapon or a weakness depending on who is in control. If you do not take control of your thoughts, something else will. Your past, your fears, or the loudest voice around you. Purpose gives you power over pain. When you know why you are enduring something, the weight of it changes. Pain that seems meaningless can break a person, but pain tied to purpose becomes fuel. It becomes a fire that burns through excuses, through fear, through self-pity. It becomes a sharpening force rather than a crushing one. People collapse not simply because of pressure, but because they see no reason to stand. But the one with purpose, true, deeply rooted purpose, can walk through storms that would destroy others. They are not stronger by birth, they are stronger by conviction. A person without purpose is easily distracted, easily discouraged, easily manipulated. They chase short-term pleasures to escape discomfort because they see no higher reason to endure it. But the person who has decided who they are and what they are here for doesn't run from difficulty. They see it as part of the cost. The pain becomes the currency they pay for the life they are determined to build. Without purpose, pain is punishment. With purpose, pain is preparation. Purpose doesn't have to be grand to be powerful. It doesn't need to be shouted from rooftops or printed in headlines. What matters is that it is yours, that it speaks to something inside you that refuses to quit, that it aligns with who you are at the core. The world will try to sell you purposes, money, status, approval, but none of these will sustain you when life gets heavy. Real purpose is not what you show others, it's what pulls you forward when no one is watching. It's what whispers "get back up" when you're tired, when you've failed, when you're alone. Pain is part of the process of anything meaningful. Growth hurts, change is uncomfortable, loss is inevitable. If you avoid pain, you avoid progress. But when you know why you're going through it, you can endure more than you ever imagined. Athletes push their bodies beyond limits because they are connected to a vision. Leaders face criticism, doubt, and pressure because they are anchored in something bigger than the approval of the moment. Artists create in obscurity, in rejection, in poverty because their vision is louder than the silence around them. Pain is not the enemy, lack of purpose is. When you wake up with a clear sense of why you do what you do, obstacles become part of the journey, not reasons to quit. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start saying, "This is what I'm made for." Purpose changes your questions. It changes your posture. It makes you dangerous in the best way. Unshakable, unmovable, committed beyond convenience. You become less reactive, less fragile, less controlled by circumstances. You begin to use pain rather than letting it use you. People often think they need to eliminate hardship to find peace, but real peace comes from knowing your pain isn't wasted. It's part of a process. It's shaping something. It's making you ready for something. There's a quiet kind of confidence that comes from enduring things others couldn't because you were clear on what it was for. It's not ego. It's not pride. It's alignment. When your inner world is aligned with a purpose that matters to you, pain does not feel like destruction. It feels like construction. Purpose gives pain direction. Without it, you spiral, you dwell, you ask the same disempowering questions, you relive the same wounds, but with it, you move forward even with scars. You learn, you build, you adapt. You carry the pain, but it doesn't carry you. It doesn't own you. You don't deny it, but you don't surrender to it either. You become someone who transforms pain into power by choice, not chance. The strength that people admire is often forged in quiet, painful seasons that no one sees. The most disciplined minds, the most focused hearts, the most resilient spirits. They are born in seasons of struggle that were met with purpose instead of resistance. That kind of strength can't be faked. It's not built in comfort. It's earned when everything in you wants to stop, but your why is louder than your hurt. It's built when quitting is an option, but never the choice. Every challenge becomes a test of your purpose. Not just how badly you want something, but how deeply you believe in it. Pain will ask you, is this worth it? Purpose is the only thing that can answer yes and mean it. Pain will ask, who are you without the results? Purpose will remind you that you were never doing it for the applause. You were doing it for something deeper, something lasting. When you stop chasing comfort and start chasing purpose, you stop living at the mercy of your feelings. You start living from the power of your convictions. There will always be pain, emotional, physical, relational, situational. You can't avoid it all, but you can decide whether it breaks you or builds you. You can decide whether it numbs you or sharpens you. You can decide whether it is the thing that keeps you down or the thing that proves you belong in the arena. That decision is made in the clarity of purpose. It is not the pain that changes you. It is what the pain connects you to.